Are you ready to listen to a podcast?
Here comes the Playhouse Podcast, thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices.
Find, subscribe, and listen.
Why do we open ourselves up for something like this? This is Kat's idea, by the way. I think this is a horrible idea, just for the record.
I wanted to do this because we had so many messages last week of people with opinions about what we do and what we say. And I'm like, I have a strong enough personality where I think I'll be able to take it for the most part. I know you won't care what people say unless they hit maybe a certain note.
Even then, I don't care. It's not that I don't care. It's just everybody has an opinion, and that's fine. My theory is if you don't like us, well, there's 100 other radio stations to listen to, and I like finding out what other people do. One of my greatest pleasures in life is pushing someone to the point where they have to say what they really think.
Yeah.
I think being a student of human moves is why I'm here. I want to see what you genuinely react to. And so I'm okay when people do that to me.
Nothing will happen. I mean, all you have to do is call in and say exactly what you think about us, and we're just gonna take it. This could be really, really good for you if you hate us.
Allie's been holding for about 7 minutes. She was the first one to dial right away when we mentioned this earlier. Allie, who's this for?
This is for Kat.
Perfect.
What do you really think of her?
You sound totally self-righteous all the time.
Wow.
And you make
All
people
the
feel
time? That can't be true.
See, just like you're doing it now.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, I find it unbelievable that, all day, every day during the show, I sound self-righteous. I feel like I give people the benefit of the doubt. I try to see every angle. I don't think I'm always right about things.
You make people feel like they're stupid.
That is not true. I don't feel that way at all. I love our listeners.
You love them when they agree with you, but when they don't agree with you...
You just wrapped up an early Christmas gift for this man. Wow.
All right. Hey, again, pure honesty. That's what the bit is about.
That's fine.
So thank you. We appreciate you listening, and I'm glad that you like me and didn't call to hammer on me.
Thank you for calling my show.
Oh, wow. Kat had the bright idea today to open this up for what you really think of us.
I can handle it.
How's Heather feeling?
Good.
What are you doing right now?
Morning. I just dropped my kids off at school, so
who do you want to hammer on here?
Both of you, actually.
Okay, go ahead. What do you think of us?
And Kat, I think people are intimidated by strong women, and you have strong opinions, and that's a good thing. You keep being that way. It's awesome. I love hearing that because you don't lie. You tell it how it is.
Thank you.
And you.
What about how frumpy she is, though, in the morning? Like how the way Kat dresses. Do you want to comment on that?
That's why I got into radio. I have a face for TV, but I'm just I cannot possibly
be expected to put pants on every day.
Comb my hair and do my makeup every day. So.
I'm not a morning person, so I enjoy it that somebody else isn't a morning person as well.
Thank you. So why do you hate JJ?
And I don't hate him. I think he compliments you. You guys work so well together because he's over here joking and you're on the serious side, and you guys work really well together, and I enjoy listening to you guys. So
if the pay wasn't so good, I would not be with him every day.
Yeah, this is really a grind. You can't even tell how miserable I am.
I have a mortgage, and it's just it just works out. But thank you so much. You really told us nice things.
Hey, since you're nice, I'm going to put you on hold and give you a bunch of stuff because everybody else has been pretty mean to Kat today, and I feel bad about it.
Yeah, no gifts for them, just you.
So hang on a second, Heather. Love you. Thank you. As you think back to Super Bowl Sunday, I don't know if you noticed it, but my wife had commented to me, we got to get an electric car.
My God, yeah.
I said, I feel so far behind. With that said, I need to let you know, and I'm for sure not a baller in any sense of the word, but when and if I do get another vehicle, I think I'm going to aim for a Tesla.
Are you really?
There's a couple of different reasons. I do like the fact that I don't drive a tremendous amount. To work is 12 minutes and back for me, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think I would, save a lot. But one of the cool things I see with Teslas is that the car upgrades every time you do a software upgrade. You know what I mean? There's some really, really cool stuff. Unless you are into this sound. So I know you don't know a lot about them. Obviously, they can drive themselves. But there's now one thing a Tesla can't do, and it's they can't fart anymore.
Oh, man.
About a year ago, one of the software upgrades Tesla had what they called a boombox. It would let you play any sound you wanted through an external speaker. So you could be rolling down the street and get to a stoplight, and then you could hit that.
Ruin it, people like you. You overused it.
They were a bunch of preloaded sounds, and some of them were like 3 or 4 different fart sounds. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration just told them to disable it and to recall the effects on every Tesla on the road, about 500,000 cars.
Oh my God, no fun, police.
They claim it could drown out the sound of your horn and up your chances of hitting somebody. So they issued the recall, but it's being done through a software update. So Tesla owners don't actually have to take their car into the shop to get it fixed. You just have to download the next update.
It would drown out a horn. To be honest with you, what would you pay attention to more? A huge fart sound coming from a Tesla or a horn?
I think a horn, immediately you go, I got to get out of the way of something, right? But you hear this and you just start giggling, right? I'd probably get hit by more and more cars. Elon, by the way, over the weekend tweeted that the fun police were at it again.
Yeah.
And I think it is. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. We have got wars on every shore. We got homeless vets. We got a pandemic still going on.
Yeah.
And you found time to stop a Tesla from going like this?
One of the people on the panel has a flatulence issue and does not think that it's very fun. Here, I just did some research for you. You could get a 2013 Tesla Model S sedan, and it's pretty sleek looking for $29,000 from Carvana.
2013? It's 10 years old already?
Yeah. But it does not look it. It looks
I'll get a new
like
one.
Batmobile.
Yeah, I mean, and some of them you can go with the base model is very, very affordable as well. I
get
could
2018
not
for $39,000.
Yeah, I mean if you buy a truck like a Silverado right now with options, you're at $60,000.
Yeah,
so
that is very true.
I mean, most vehicles pimped out are going to be 40 plus. If you want a brand new Escalade with all the features, you're looking at almost 6 figures.
I need to get more responsible. If I can't remember to plug in my phone,
that's a good point.
I have to remember to plug in my car. So,
but knowing that you're not going to be able to get to work the next day, except for having to get on your recumbent bike in the winter, would make you probably want to get on. But just so that you know, if you're a Tesla owner, not much more love out of the fart thing.
Radio Paparazzi.
Adele had a few questions that she was peppered with. One being, we noticed something on your hand.
I don't know if anyone will notice when you were sat on the piano singing. Microphone in right hand. I thought left hand didn't move as much as normal. It seemed heavier than normal. Is there... As
if I would ever tell anyone if I was or wasn't. I mean, it's lovely though, isn't it?
It's very nice. Yeah. I have to say, as a casual observer, it looks like you are.
All right.
She's cheeky.
I'm not telling anybody. She is dating Rich Paul, the rapper, so we'll see if he shelled out what they're saying would be a $1 million 10-carat engagement ring. So we'll see if it's true or not.
You land somebody like Adele, you got to put a ring like that on
For sure.
it.
Yeah, they seem really happy together. All right, so SNL superstar Chevy Chase says that, starting back in the 70s when he really kind of gained momentum, everybody was like, this guy's a jerk. He's really hard to work with. And he's like, so what?
I don't give a crap. I'm who I am, and I like who I am. I don't care, and it's part of me that I don't care.
I've never been more like Chevy Chase than I am right now.
Oh, he sounds so old.
This is my response to almost anything that anybody asks me about now.
I don't give a crap.
It is true. It's actually his ringtone. I don't give a crap. All right, Kanye West off the rails again and spent a better part of the weekend attacking Pete Davidson on social media and also releasing this new song. It's called City of Gods, where I would take it as maybe a promised threat.
This afternoon, 100 goons pulling up to SNL.
What?
When I pull up, it's dead on arrival. They act like they love you. They know.
Okay, now.
Whoa.
And then he mocked up this Avengers movie portrait, like what the movie studios would put out, the Avengers coming soon. And on his side was Julia Fox and blah, blah, blah. And then on Kim's side was Kid Cudi and Pete Davidson and all these other people. And he's like, you got to pick which
It's spinning
side.
out of control. Somebody needs to address this.
Speaking of Kid Cudi, Kanye took to Twitter and said that just because Kid Cudi is friends with Pete Davidson, he is now off the album. Cudi responded calling Kanye a dinosaur, which I think would cut pretty deep because you want to stay fly. You're a rapper and somebody's calling you
now
old.
10 goods, pull it up to Kid Cudi's house.
No doubt.
SUV.
Blowing out their candles today, we have rapper Rob Thomas from Matchbox 20. Where am I at? He is turning 50, according to Wikipedia. And then Florence Henderson would have been 88, the mom from Brady Bunch.
Mexico is right around the corner, guys. If you did not book with us to go to Mexico, then this is the part of the year where you're like, oh, crap, I should have done that. What I can tell you is that the 11th annual KCLD Party Plane to Paradise will happen. It will happen about a year from right now, and you will have your opportunity to get on board that epic adventure. Probably in April is when we'll get all the details ironed out. This year, it's sold out in 30 hours.
Yeah, it really is true. Like, bottle how you feel. I had a moment this weekend where I was like, I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm ready for some green grass. I'm ready to see my neighborhood. I'm ready to walk outside with flip-flops on. Like, to do that in February where it's going to be 90 when we get there, and then you have no plans. You don't bring a watch unless you're going on excursions.
The only thing you do is we throw one party for about, 2 or 3 hours. We basically play one giant game of beer pong for $1,000 cash. Other than that, when you go to Mexico with us, you can do whatever you want, whenever you want, however many times you want.
Right.
We have some people who literally will find a spot on the sand and just hang out there for 5 days. And we have some people that want to party with us in the pool, foam party, the whiteout party, usually the first night that we get there. That's
fun.
We got 6 or 7 restaurants to choose from, including Hibachi and that great Italian place.
I'm going to rent my own hookah. I'm not going to share because of COVID, but I'm so excited to just sit there. And the hookahs are awesome. The coffee's awesome. The spa is amazing. I can't say enough good things about the resort.
One of the things that don't really get mentioned when we start talking about the Party Plane to Paradise are the people that join us every single year, including my man, the mayor of Mexico. Can you please welcome to the show Mexico Phil, everybody. Give it up for Phil, please. Now, Phil, here's the cool thing about Mexico Phil is that we rarely hear from him.
Yeah.
Well, 2 times a year, he'll call or text the show, hey, Mexico Phil checking in, just want to make sure you guys are all right.
But the 4 days that we spend with him gives us enough material for most of the rest of the year.
He's a true character, and that's what I love the most about these trips is we get to know people, really, really, really cool people. Now, Phil, the first question I got to have is, when it comes to jean shorts, how many are we packing this year?
Maybe 1 or 2, but we'll see. With the COVID, I might have to pack a 3rd.
Yeah. You never know if you have to have an extended stay. So what are the conditions now? Would she leave you there? Because I told Derek I'm leaving him if something, God forbid, were to happen.
I basically told her if I die before the trip she's going, and if something happens, one of us has to stay.
Well, we're not talking about death.
I meant more like if you catch COVID in Mexico and they make you stay behind.
Goofy.
Oh, I'd absolutely love that. I'd stay an extra 10 days.
So what's her name?
Stephanie.
Stephanie. With a PH or an F?
PH.
Oh, I like her. Okay. This is good. And has she seen your splits yet?
No, I don't think so.
Those are reserved strictly for Playa del Carmen?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you got to save some tricks in the bag.
I'm so excited that you have someone to go with, and I'm excited that you're coming back again, and I can't wait to go to the buffet with you.
It'll be an interesting experience, as always, and, I love you guys. I love hanging out with you down there for a week out of the year, and, yeah.
Hey, Phil, you got to see the swag bag I'm bringing you guys this year. It's a bag full of some cool... I got the big Bubba mugs again this year, brand new ones. I got you fly new KCLD sunglasses. I got you some Pedialyte. I got you some Advil. I got you some other stuff. You're going to love it.
A little tote bag, too, so you bring your towel down.
You can put your jorts inside the bag and carry them around with you in case there's an emergency.
You guys are the best.
All right, we'll see you in days.
Definitely.
We do a morning radio show. Therefore, our morning routine is likely a lot different than yours. But is there one thing that if you don't do it, Kat, immediately throws the rest of your day off? It is a huge speed bump in getting you fully rolling.
I would say if I don't floss my teeth, like I have to floss my teeth or I just feel gross. And I do it before I go to bed and I do it before I brush my teeth in the morning. And if I skip that, I know it. I feel it for some reason.
But you don't feel it till you're about 10 miles down the road, right?
Yeah. And that's why I have some here.
Yeah.
I have some behind my little board here.
The two things that are the biggest habits, morning habits that make a good day happen are, number one, drink a glass of water.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter if you chug it or drink it. Just get like 8 ounces of water because your body, once it realizes it's hydrating, will start functioning. So whether you want to burn more calories, whether you want to be more cognizant sooner, you know what I mean? Just making sure that your body, that's your body's jump start. It's like hooking up jumper cables is taking a glass of water.
I am so bad at that. I'll have 40 ounces of coffee before even a sip of like normal water. And I need to do that.
I do it actually when our coffee is brewing here. Okay. I have a water canteen, and I'll always take the biggest gulp I can.
Really?
Just because I want to get everything started. And then the other one, the number one thing you should do as far as a habit that is good for you is to write down something you're grateful for.
I love that idea.
So what I would suggest you do is maybe it's something you leave a tablet in your bathroom.
Yep.
Maybe you put it by the coffee pot. Maybe it's something you do when you get to work. Maybe if you're going to log on at home, maybe you start a Word document and just label the things I'm grateful for and have it up, when you close down at night so that it's the first thing you do. So you type in today. So first thing you would type in, it would have been, I'm grateful for the dinner I'm going to have with my boys. There it is.
I thought you said that was lame. Like doing stuff like that.
Oh, it's lame doing it with your husband and your son. Yeah, that's very lame. But if you're grateful for it, I can't discount you on that.
Oh.
It's lame, but I'm not going to discount your gratefulness.
But you just did.
You're doing something great.
Okay.
So, again, the number one thing you can do that would make for a great morning habit is to write down something you're grateful for.
What would you write down?
I would say I'm grateful for Trisha's health because when she was diagnosed in July, I didn't think we'd see Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it was
terrible. It was
thought.
Crazy when they all of a sudden say you've got this giant brain tumor. I saw all the holidays.
Yep.
It was weird and it was selfish, but that's what I saw. I saw all the holidays. So I'm extra grateful every time we get to another one. So what I wanted to do though is I want you to hit us with a text or a phone call. If you were to take the Playhouse advice this morning and write down what are you grateful for, just one thing you would have wrote down, it would have been your first thought this morning, what would yours be? The new research says the number one thing you can do in the morning to have a better day, and it's a habit that you can develop that will immediately give you a chance at having a better day, is to write down something you're grateful for. That's it. So if you can get in the habit, now here's what I recommend. A lot of us are just going to be working from home on a laptop, on a desktop or whatever. Open a Word document, just call it grateful. And then every day add to it. I'm grateful for blank today. I'm grateful for blank today.
I do that when I lay my head on my pillow. Every single night, I name 1 to 3 things that I'm grateful for. I say, thank you, Lord, for blessing me, bless others, and then I can go to sleep.
Writing it down apparently does something else that science says that maybe we're not completely familiar with. So, Jennifer, if we were to have you write down today, as you're getting your day started, the number one thing you're grateful for, you would say?
Well, my husband and I are actually expecting our first child.
Hey, congratulations.
And thank you. We, in my side of the family, I have a lot of health risks. So I am grateful for the testing that they did to find out that my son is perfectly healthy.
Okay, nice.
You're going to have a baby boy wins.
He is due on May 23rd.
Look at that. Congratulations.
So close. What are your cravings?
Thank you. Oh, my worst craving right now is Little Debbie snacks.
Doesn't matter what kind. You don't care if it's the Swiss cake rolls or the cream pies or anything else?
The cream pies, and I just discovered peanut butter cream pies. Those things, I mean, girl, if those things are out in my house, it is a store trip right now.
Now, JJ's sister will tell stories about his love affair with Little Debbie snacks.
The Swiss cake rolls, I used to have a package of those every day after school. Oh, my gosh. I do. I walk by, even the aisle, if I walk down in the grocery store, it's like I for sure will never equate understanding what it's like to be addicted to heroin.
Yeah.
But it calls me. I can hear little Debbie whispering, over here. I'm over here.
I can confidently say I've never purchased anything like that or had it in my pantry, or I would be 1,000,000 more pounds because I would have like such a low tolerance for not eating them.
Well, so yours was an easy grateful today. Do you have, by the way, names picked out? Can you share with us what you're thinking about calling?
It is a boy. His name is going to be Calvin James.
Like it.
That sounds good when you're mad. Calvin James. Like you just want to.
Or are you gonna call?
I didn't even think about that.
Oh, that's exactly. That's what I did. Like I yelled all around the house. Leah Merritt, and whatever sounded more angry.
You can always use CJ though too if you really like the initials thing.
Right, exactly. Or Cal. We were thinking Cal.
Yeah,
So.
Okay. That's
right.
my sister's dog's name.
And so this is your first, and you're due in May, and so I like that.
Yes.
Trending is what's for dinner in Scotland.
Squirrel.
Yuck.
No.
Apparently, the furry rodent is now a trendy dining option on menus everywhere. The go-to squirrel, though, that I guess tastes the best is the North American gray squirrel. And
they're fatter.
Yeah.
The red ones are little. You know what the red ones do? They'll bite the nards off the gray ones. They battle.
Why?
Yeah, because they want them. It's a territory thing. Because once the gray ones they can't breed anymore, then the red squirrels want to take over. So the red squirrels will bite the nutters off. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it happens. I've seen it.
You have not watched that
I live
happen.
Basically in a virtual forest.
You've watched the nuts being bit off a gray squirrel
the red
by
ones
a red squirrel.
They're very fast and efficient about it too. It's not like a process.
Jeez.
It's quick and.
I might need to hang out at your place a little bit more to get in on the action. But I don't know if I could bring myself to eat some squirrel. Don't know if that would be.
My dad
part
said
of my
in
palate.
his special forces training, he said they ate squirrels.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
You can set a snare and catch one pretty easy.
What's the one thing that you'll never eat? You just can't bring yourself to stomach the idea.
It'll be dog.
Dog?
Yeah, I think I've started
Are you
to
offered that often?
Oh, well, I look at our dog every once in a while and think I could eat you if I had to.
Yeah.
But I don't think I could now. Now I have an emotional connection with the dog after a couple years, and I like it, so I don't think I'd be able to eat dog.
Okay, so you're going with dog. I'll go with something more mainstream, oysters. I just can't bring myself to do the oysters where you squirt the red sauce and you slurp it. And
you know what you got to try? You got to try them when they're grilled. My wife and I did this when we were in New Orleans, and neither of us are oyster people. But when they were grilled, like they were on a hot grill, and then they were left in the shells, right? But they tasted okay that way. They weren't. I don't know how they normally are prepared, but the char grilling was good.
I think depending on how many shots of the tequila I have in Mexico, you know how they have the cold ones on ice?
Yeah.
At the resort?
Nope.
I don't know.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Okay.
That's me. I don't know. I'm not putting that in.
I just can't bring myself to do that. Like, I could do clam, but I can't do oyster. Okay, here we go. So, what is one thing that you will never eat? You can't find yourself ever ingesting that. Might be squirrel. Go ahead and text it because squirrel is what's trending.
Something happens in your life when you find out that you have helped create life. Something happens, and I can only speak on the father side of this, but there's something that happens where you're like, immediately I will do anything to protect and provide for this child.
That should happen. Priorities do shift, and you're like, all right, we're in daddy mode now. But for some people, they didn't get that memo, and they're just excited for the new Batman to come out.
Vengeance.
This guy says, hey, honey, I don't care if you're giving birth on March 4th. That's where I have my tickets to go see the new Batman. So if I have to miss the birth, I have to miss the birth.
And he's like dug in on this. He's I'm not going to the birth of our child. If you go into the hospital anytime around this movie time, then I'll just have to miss the birth of our baby. And
it's like the guys that bring the Xbox to the hospital. Their priorities are like out of whack. But Cassie, I need you to call in because this is a horrible reason to miss the birth of a baby. I cannot believe that this happened. Anyway, call in at 251-1047. You give your story because you almost missed Reagan's birth because of salad.
We go in there, it's a regular water broke. We're going to, have the baby. And they start it might have not been the water broke, but we end up going in and they're like, we're going to start the Pitocin. And this lady looks at me, one of the nurses, she goes, it's going to be a few hours. So if you want to grab some food. So my mom and dad had already gotten to the hospital. And so we're like, all right, go downstairs. And, at the hospital where it's a little bit different now with COVID, I think. But you used to be able to get as much salad as you wanted. And they would just weigh it. And then you would pay by the pound. And I hadn't eaten in like a day and a half. And I had this mountain of salad that would it was amazing. I had the eggs on top and the diced ham, the sunflower seeds, the bacon bits.
You got it all.
Drizzled with ranch dressing and a little bit of French in there too. I was pining pretty hard for the salad, and I'm getting after it. And I'm 2 bites in. My phone rings. I go, you got to be kidding me. Trish goes, this baby's coming now. And I'm like, what? And she's like, you got to get up here. And so I'm standing there going, do I bring my salad up? Do I bring it with me? Do I leave it here? My dad goes, just go. We'll take care of it. I'm thinking, oh, thanks, Dad. You're going to box this up. Bring it up. It's a $12.50 salad. Yeah. It looks great. I'm going to eat it. And all of a sudden they show up 20 minutes later. I go, where's my salad? Oh, we just threw your tray away. But I got back up in time. Luckily, it was only 4 floors up.
That's good. I totally jinxed Liam's birth because he was just about 7.5 weeks early. And Derek went down to Iowa to move his brother Dusty from apartment to another apartment. And before he left, I said, well, I hope my water doesn't break. He's like, why would you say something like that? I'm like, oh, my God, I have 7.5 more weeks. Don't worry about it. Go have fun, have some boy time. And so about 20 hours later, my water breaks. And I call who I would think would come and help me, you.
I was in the middle of the lake. I was on the boat, man.
You're on a boat, sunny day. There's no way you're going to the hospital. So I understand that. Kind of. And then, so Derek gets back. He was away by 4.5 hour drive. He made it in 2.5 hours. And he was there by my side. And then I gave birth 2 days later. But, it was super scary. You want to be there. But he almost missed the birth. And that would not have been a good moment.
Natasha says, my husband's friend missed because he was getting pizza for everyone.
Oh, no.
He had just got there, rushed back as soon as it started pushing. Took her 5 minutes. In the end, he was handed the baby and handed the pizza. Cassie, I appreciate you hollering. Tell us about all this baby drama here.
It was with my sister and my niece's dad.
Okay.
Found out that my sister's then fiance and my sister's best friend were hooking up behind my sister's back.
What a
And
job.
actually, we found out that him and her best friend, the two, were actually in the parking lot in his truck when my sister was giving birth.
Oh.
I think they dated for a little while, then they broke up, but the ultimate ending for my sister was my niece was 5 months old when it happened, and her best friend spent the night. My sister got up to get a drink of water or something and found them on the living room couch.
Oh, my God. Listen, how much of a dog are you?
Best friend.
Your daughter's being born, and you're hooking up with your fiance's best friend in the parking lot of the hospital?
See, it takes all kinds. What a loser. Ugh. Sometimes it just you had no choice. Maybe he's an over-the-road trucker, or his phone was dead and they just couldn't track them down. Who knows? But you missed the birth of your child, or they did. What was the scenario?
I want to read this text for you real quick. It's from 2355. My dad didn't miss my sister's birth, but right after she was born, he hightailed it out of there to go to a bachelor party.
Oh, my God. It is so true. It's some guys, they have that chip and then they're in daddy mode. And then some guys just don't. What a shame.
I wanted to be there for the first feeding and for all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's talk about it with Donna. How far along was the situation?
And I was 6 months pregnant when that happened. And I ended up lifted something over my head, and it caused me going to early labor.
Oh, man.
And then I was in labor the whole weekend. And then Sunday night, I'm just I can't do this anymore. So I called my sister and had her bring me into the hospital.
Yeah.
And then he was sleeping for work, and I called him when he was at work, and they're saying, hey, I delivered your son. So.
Hold on. You called him. He wouldn't wake up and come to the hospital for the delivery of the baby?
Yeah, because he thought work was more important than...
See, now, this is where I would have to draw the line. you chose to go to work instead of be with your family.
Yeah.
I don't think you can't put that genie back in, man.
Some people need to have that pep talk. Maybe you were raised with or by a male that acted just like that. You can break this cycle. Let's say you got somebody coming, you have a baby on the way. Don't make these mistakes. You can totally undo the past.
This one's a tough one.
Yeah.
Radio Paparazzi.
Adele, we heard last hour with Radio Paparazzi that she was wearing some hardware on that finger. She was staying pretty mum about it. But the fact that she has plans next year to expand, she's getting all of her shows in now.
You know, if you have a ticket, are you holding on to that for
They're
years?
absolutely happening this year.
Oh, this year?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, fantastic.
Have you been reading the papers? Absolutely happening this year. Oh,
Okay,
my God.
perfect.
Yes.
Oh, very good, very good.
I want a baby next year.
It is so an engagement ring. She would never say that if she didn't have plans with somebody that is locked down. So Lizzo, she knows. She's got an inside scoop. Cardi B is the correct... did you know this? The creative director for Playboy magazine.
I didn't know Playboy was still alive. Much less Cardi B was
Web
working for them
edition.
now.
They no longer do like real magazines, but Lizzo's like, listen, I would love a chance.
Oh my God, tell Cardi to call me. I love Playboy. I'll do it.
Yeah, but what have we not seen on Lizzo, you know?
Yeah.
I've seen everything of Lizzo.
Because she was, not only has she done a lot of those fishnet photo shoots, but what was the movie she was in with J-Lo? Was it Hustlers?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in that, and she was nudie.
So Kenny G, one of my favorite, oh my God, I love Kenny G. But Tyrese thought, I'm going to have Kenny G sing via Zoom for my mother. His mother's in a medically induced coma, by the way, because of pneumonia and COVID-19. So this is actual audio from him.
I don't want to sound insensitive here, but if mom's in a coma, couldn't you just play the MP3?
You probably could, but it's like the thought that counts. This is one of my favorite Kenny G songs ever. If you were ever wondering what unhooks this 3-prong bra, it would be
This is it.
Songbird by Kenny G. Are you ready? He's so amazing. Here we go.
Look closely at his shoulder and see the Jerry curl. You see that?
Yeah.
That just dripping.
Oh my God.
This does
God,
it for you,
he's
huh?
It's so hot.
Here's what I
can't
do
even
like.
tell you
The reason
what it
I
does.
don't dog on Kenny G too much is, if you ever seen like him, like on when Regis and Kathy were doing their show, he would be on like once a year.
Yeah.
Funny guy. He's
Is he?
very, very funny. He's got a great personality. Plus, remember when Kanye bought him?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, he
I think
can't
he
be
still
bought.
owns him. Yeah.
Like, he's a smart guy. You can pay for my services. Oh, my God. I love this song so much.
Okay, we're good.
All right, blowing out their candles today, we have Rob Thomas of Matchbox 20, turning 50. Former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg is 80. And Florence Henderson, the mother from the Brady Bunch, would have been 88. Hey, Tion.
Hello.
How are you?
Not too bad. How are you?
Good. How was the weekend, man? What'd you do? Anything fun?
No, not a whole lot. Just got to hang out with the kiddo.
Did you make any money on the Super Bowl?
I did not. Actually, I made $1.
Well, balling. All right. So you think you parlay that good luck into a little radio, rock, paper, scissors. You ever heard this done before, man?
I have not.
Okay, so here's how this works. Kat is, and you may not know this about her, but she is the world's radio rock, paper, scissors champion. So we'll play against you. Best 2 out of 3 wins the swag, and we like to make sure that you're looking super fly with all the new Playhouse swag. So what's going to happen is I'll go 1, 2, 3, shoot, and then you just throw down. You just say out loud whether you got rock, paper, scissors. Kat will do the same. Win 2 out of 3, you become the new champion, and you can do whatever you want for the rest of your life.
Awesome.
Or you get a T-shirt, one of the two. Okay, so are you ready?
Ready.
Yes.
Round 1. Radio, rock, paper, scissors. Take a deep breath, Tion.
And no
Good luck.
dynamite?
Yeah, no dynamite.
All
It has to
right.
be a rock, paper, or scissors, all right? 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Rock.
Scissors.
All right.
Tion.
Tion, hey, listen, if you just take a deep breath after she says, you should be able to figure this out and then say whatever's going to work after her, okay?
Okay.
Does that make sense? All right.
Yes.
All right.
Tion, Cat's up 1-0. You need this to catch up. Round 2. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Paper.
Rock.
Tion.
Dude.
Oh, I know it's a Monday, but
Dude. all you had to do was take a breath and let her say that. And then just
2 out of 3. Didn't I win?
Yeah, Kent just won. Tion, my God, I can't believe it.
Make her feel better today.
Okay. Oh, man.
I really, really like this sound of music. You know what I mean?
It's like a swing.
Yeah, swing jazz. So I'll do that if I'm, because one of the things that I've missed over the years, and I love this job, and I love the flexibility it offers. It offers me a chance to coach, high school sports on the backside. It offers us a chance to do a lot of stuff after the morning show is over and stuff. But the one thing that I miss is now that my kids are older, I never really ever got a chance to get them up and get them ready. And I know moms and dads all across listening right now are going to go, there's nothing great about having to yell at your kid to get them up and get ready and stuff like that. But I miss making them pancakes or making them eggs.
Don't talk about this. I'm going to start to cry because this was,
I do.
It's going to make me cry.
I miss this about doing morning radio for as long as I have.
Yeah.
But when it's Saturday or Sunday now, I'll get up early and I'll make a big breakfast.
Yeah, same.
And then my kid will look at me and go, I'm just going to have a glass of milk and some Cheerios or something, And but what I do when I walk downstairs, the first thing I say is, Alexa, play swing jazz.
Oh.
And I got the pots and the pans and stuff is cooking and I got crap everywhere and I love it. I just love the swing jazz thing. So there's me in my sweatpants and flour all over the place.
You got your house shoes on?
Yeah, I do. I got my slippers on, my fuzzy slippers.
I have an image.
I'm so old right now. I've got these fuzzy slippers with memory foam.
Oh my God.
They're great, and they're great. And I'll run them through the washing machine every month so that they don't stink out.
Sure.
Yeah, they're great.
You're so cool.
I heard this today, and I wanted you guys to hear it, and I want to see who can be the first to identify this modern day song put in to a 1920s swing jazz vibe. All right?
Okay.
Let's see if you can identify it before our listeners do. Catch and hit it.
Am I more than you bargained for yet? I'm just dying to tell you anything you want to hear.
Oh,
that's just who I am this week.
Panic at the Disco?
No.
Break a name.
Oh, Fall Out Boy.
Fall Out Boy!
That's it.
Here it is, it's Sugar, We're Going Down.
Going down, down in an earlier round.
Okay.
Sugar, we're going down swinging.
Right?
I'll be
Why is my finger doing this?
I know they got complex.
Cock it and pull it. We're going down, down.
Good one.
Wasn't that kind of dope?
You only have one? You got to find more.
Well,
that was fun.
Okay, I'll dig up some more of those. But I wanted to at least make sure that people liked that. Because I just think when you take a song that is so genuinely epic, like Sugar, We're Going Down, everybody knows that song, and then you restyle it, that works. That one works.
Yeah.
Like you could not take Thunderstruck from AC/DC and probably do that here.
Probably not. Very Gatsby-ish.
Yesterday, if you weren't around a TV and didn't realize, and what did you say, 5 billion people were going to watch the Super Bowl yesterday?
No, 1 billion.
Oh, 1 billion. So, but it was 1/7 of the Earth's population.
Yeah, it was going to be played in 230 countries, and I thought it was a really, I don't know, the broadcast
well
was
done.
great. It was,
NBC did a really, really good job of it.
I'm always super impressed when, after the second half of the game, after the halftime, they already have highlight promos playing from the first. They grab them and then they just slice them together, and I think that's pretty incredible.
I would love to, and I didn't. If you download it, I think it was it was the Pepsi app.
Yep.
You could watch how they put the Super Bowl halftime show together, and I was going to do that because that, to me, the amount of time they had to get that together. And then to get all the technical stuff right, that not only the microphones worked, not only that Dre could have, stand on top of that building, that 50 could be hanging upside down, have all the dancers in the right spots, have all the lighting, have all the fireworks. Everything to get that together in 15 minutes is bananas.
Well, they had, it was lagged. So it was maybe 15, 20 seconds behind what was really happening on TV. But, it was kind of a cool behind-the-scenes moment. Commercials were a huge deal for people, obviously. If you had to pick one of your favorite, what was it? Do you think?
My future ex-wife, Anna Kendrick.
I knew you were going to say that.
Was in the Barbie commercial.
I'm so excited we're in the Rocket Super Bowl commercial together. I've just loved you since I was a kid. Not that you're old. You look great. That's not important. Sorry, ma'am. I don't know what I should call you. Sorry.
Oh, just call me Barbie.
Barbie.
Speechless. Barbie. Yeah, she did a couple of them.
She's so funny. I mean, she's very, very, very funny.
I loved Jim Carrey in the Verizon commercial as cable guy. Oh my God.
Can I see it?
Sure.
Whoa. They must have locked you into quite a contract.
Nope.
Hidden fees?
Nope. Price is the price. Got one in my shop, too. Runs my business.
This may be illegal. I'm going to need to know who installed this.
Me. It's plug and play. But you can have Verizon install it.
Nice man. Reception's good. But I'll come back tomorrow and double check.
No, I don't think we'll need you to come.
What I love is that Jim Carrey has decided to just relax a little bit.
Yep.
There was a stretch of a good 10 years where he was so serious, and now he's coming back and he's doing characters again and he's being goofy and
he
stuff
looks
like
so
that.
young. Like they dyed his hair black and he looked so young, like he did back with the cable guy. Just an update on that guy that went across state lines. We talked about it last week to make that bet. Was it Mattress Mac or whatever?
Yeah.
He lost the $9.5 million bet.
So he put it on the Bengals.
Yeah, but now anyone that buys more than $3,000 worth of furniture or mattresses at his store, they get purchased for free. So
really,
yeah,
wow.
So I mean, obviously somebody benefiting from
this
that.
This guy's having fun. You can't take it with you.
Yeah,
that box doesn't matter whether or not you get put 6 feet under with $1 million or nothing.
Yeah,
you can't take it with you.
So to wrap it up, obviously, anyone that's going to do the halftime show, you're not going to have 100% people on board, but most of the people on my Facebook timeline feed loved it.
There's going to be some
myself.
haters. There's going to be, you know who I really like? I really liked Juice Newton.
Yeah.
She should be doing the halftime show. What I think is you got the heavy country listeners.
Yep.
You got the heavy Rolling Stones listeners and AC/DC wants. And then you have everybody else that actually loved what the halftime show was about.
It's the one and only D.R.E.
If you're bopping your head right now, I'm with you.
The Crip Walk, and oh my God, it was amazing.
West Coast, make some noise!
That was a cool surprise.
Yeah. I love they're like 50 cents now $1. What is going on?
He's a little older.
He's older.
25 years older. Mary J.
With those thick thighs, she looks so good.
She is so amazing. And Kendrick Lamar did really awesome too.
He did. And then of course M. So Liam thought I was pretty fly for knowing all those songs. He was like, dang, how do you know all these? I said, because I'm with it.
There was two things, or at least one thing that I didn't notice live that stood out to a lot of people. And one was that Eminem took a knee.
Yeah.
Did you see that? And so that was his way of protesting the racial inequality in the NFL and everything. That's what he said earlier.
Oh.
The NFL told him, do not take a knee at the halftime show.
Okay.
Do not start this again.
Yeah.
And he did it. And I guess what I'm like, why wouldn't they want him to spawn more equality talks?
Right.
You know what I mean? Isn't that what that does?
I didn't even go there with my mind when he did it. I thought he was like, okay, I'm getting ready for Dre to do his piano solo, then we're going to bust into it. That's what I took it as. I didn't think of racial inequality when he did that.
And then the other thing, Dre playing the piano is awesome.
It's so hot.
Just knowing that Dr. Dre plays the piano is super cool. And then what a lot of people didn't know, did you know? When you saw the drummer drumming for Lose Yourself, you know who that was?
Yeah.
Anderson .Paak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most people didn't know that. All of a sudden, I'm like, oh my God, why is Anderson .Paak part of the Super Bowl?
Liam yelled it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So super cool. So if you had something that you wanted us to maybe replay or you wanted to talk about that you thought was really, really awesome. And then, like I said, just the game being a good game was good for me.
Yeah.
Like as a football fan, it was fun to see a game that wasn't a complete blowout.
You had injuries, you had cheap shots, you had mask grabbing, you had good plays. So I feel bad for OBJ.
The other
really
thing,
do.
yeah, and you know what? And the weirdest part about that is that was just freak nature stuff.
It was.
You just took a wrong step.
Yeah.
The other thing a lot of people aren't talking about because it was actually good was the refereeing.
Yeah.
The officiating was really, really good during
I guess
the
you
Super
don't
Bowl.
notice until they make a mistake.
Yeah.
Like they only focus on mistakes, though. All right. So I wanted to do this because on Mondays, I'll scroll through Facebook and we get a lot of inspiration of what we want to talk about as far as topics. And sometimes we'll kind of change the wording so you're not hip to us using whatever scenario you're going through in life. But there are a lot of Oh my God. Hashtag Mom Mondays. And this is what happened to me. And I just got baby ready for the day and my hair is curled, looking cute. And she just vomited all over my brand new outfit for the start to my work week. What is your hashtag Mom Monday? Mine isn't too bad. I look in the back seat and Liam's teacher's Valentine's gift is in the back. And this kid is like me. He's a creature of habit if things don't go his way or if he stands out in the wrong way. And doesn't have everything that he needs to have. He just doesn't feel right. And so I'm starting to think maybe
most of us are like that. This is your husband, though. Your husband I always equate to, he's on a skateboard going 700 miles an hour down the steepest hill in the world and excels at it. He's so great at it. But he hits that one cigarette butt and he's laying in some guy's lawn with a broken back.
That's a weird analogy.
It takes one little pebble to get him off and then he goes...
He likes tradition. I'll give him that. And if things kind of stray from tradition, it's just not good for anybody.
But this is hard because you don't want to be the outcast in your class. You know what I mean? You're in 4th grade and all of a sudden you're the one person that didn't give the teacher a Valentine.
Yeah.
Sad.
Stop saying it like that.
So
you have one more day to say it.
What do you got that's going on a Mom Monday?
All right, so we had Alyssa text in hashtag Mom Monday for you. I loaded my 3 kids into the car, drove 4 blocks, realized I had 2 kids in my car. My 3rd was watching her iPad under her quilt. Didn't even realize I was gone. Taylor texted. I was 20 minutes into my commute. I smelled vomit, and then I smelled poop, and it was a combo. That's how my Monday is going. So, geez.
If you want to share,
those are 2.
You can call or text. I get
Big
that
one.
this might not be if you're having just a you-know-what kind of morning, calling or texting us might not be high on your priority list, but it might feel good.
So weird.
Weird stuff. Everybody called me weird. I am weird.
You don't think this is a little weird?
No, I don't think it's weird at all.
Weird news.
Really not something I wanted to read about just days before I get on a plane to fly somewhere. But passengers from AirAsia, a flight that was headed from Kuala Lumpur, look up and they see inside the light a slithering snake.
Enough is enough! I have had it with these mother snakes on this mother plane. Everybody strap in.
The captain had no idea. Unclear of how the snake got in there. The snake just rode out the plane landing, and then they had everybody leave so they could get the plane out, or the snake out of there.
Well, here's the deal. I'm guessing it was like a constrictor or something, so it wasn't super poisonous. Otherwise, that's a giant fear of mine is, relaxing. Yeah. Maybe you're about halfway through watching Moneyball on your 19-hour flight from Kuala Lumpur, and you look up and there's a,
yuck,
something that could bite you and make you dead.
Never ever. And that is what's weird.
The Playhouse Podcast is made possible thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices. Catch the live show weekdays from 5:30 to 9 on 104.7 KCLD. Now, share this with a friend.